Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I wanted to share something ridiculous from ASUS. So ASUS makes laptops, they also make motherboards and other components like graphics cards for desktop computers, and they had this ridiculous crap to say to someone who asked a really basic question. It just it goes in with the theme of the channel and the things that I bring up here when it comes to right to repair. So what this guy wanted was to just know the size of a thermal pad so that he could replace it. And it says here, regrettably, we don't recommend that our customers disassemble the module by themselves and replace the thermal pad, which could cause a quality issue and a warranty issue. And the dimensions are also confidential and are no longer provided to customers. We're terribly sorry for the inconvenience, Brandon. And, he says, confidential, it's thermal pad thickness, not what's inside Area 51. You don't have to tell me the conductivity, and if I want to void my warranty, that's my decision. All he wants to do is know the thickness of the thermal pad so that when he services his own product, which he's going to do anyway, he can service it and put the right thing in there. And by not telling him this, there is a chance of him putting the wrong size in there, which would actually lead to damage, unlike if you just tell him what the size of the thermal pad is. The other part where they say that the dimensions are confidential and not provided to anybody. Someone said, man, it's so confidential. Let me get out my ultimate $5 hacking tool right here, which is a ruler. I mean, this is hysterical. I think you call that a micrometer or something. That's what Paul calls it. I don't know. I'm sure one of you will correct me there. But it's the thickness of a pad. This, for a company to say that this is secret is just so ridiculous. You could literally measure it. It's right there. This is very similar to when Apple was saying when I did a video 6 years ago. Oh my God, I can't believe it was 6 years ago now. Anyway, I did a video 6 years ago where I replaced a 0-ohm resistor that was acting as a fuse, and I showed the one page in the schematic where it showed the value of the fuse and what it was linked between because someone's keyboard and trackpad wasn't working, and they said that that's a secret. And you could take another MacBook Air board and you can just measure that is a 0-ohm resistor with a multimeter. It's not secret. You didn't buy this device sealed together so you can't open it. If you have a screwdriver and can measure it, it's not a secret. And when a company like ASUS does something this ridiculous, where it's not just like, listen, we just don't want to give it to you, where they say that the thickness of a thermal pad that you can measure in 2 seconds is confidential, this stuff's getting ridiculous. And one of the points I bring up on this channel is that this is something that's happening throughout all industries and throughout all companies. This is something I bring up when people say, why don't you just don't buy Apple? Because every other company is going to do the same shit. It's just a different version of the same shit, a different flavor of that shit. You want banana cream pie shit, you want carrot cake shit, you want vanilla shit, but it's the same thing. At the end of the day, it's the same anti-repair shit. And I just thought this was worth highlighting to all of you and getting a laugh at. And, Gamers Nexus did respond to this and said, hey, ASUS, can you just tell this guy what the thickness of the thermal pad is so we can replace it instead of pretending it's a top secret recipe? And, I agree. We're not even talking about a proprietary charge chip here. We're not even talking about, when Apple changes the address that a charge chip communicates with the computer on, and then says that new chip is now proprietary and you're not allowed to buy it. This is a pad. It's an inanimate object, and we're not even talking about the materials that it's made of. If you use some sort of crazy magic formula in order to make it conduct way better than everybody else, the thickness of the thermal pad. I'll leave it at that. See you all in the next video. Bye now.